For 2023, the XC40 Recharge as well as the C40 will be getting some massive updates. If you're excited for the updates on the XC40 Recharge, make sure to smash the like button. Also check out my original review on the T5 XC40, the gas model, as well as the Recharge that I drove last year. So let's get into these updates. Volvo says the most frequent questions they get with the XC40 Recharge and the C40, they're pretty much the same vehicle, just look a little bit different. How far will it go on a single charge, they get asked, and how long does it take to charge? As a part of the new package and product updates, they've now improved both the range on the WLTP cycle. It also improves on the EPA cycle. And charging for the XC40 Recharge and C40 Recharge compared with the outgoing previous model year, increasing range by up to as much as 60 kilometers in some variants. That's about 40 miles of additional range off the top of my head there. Furthermore, 3 new powertrains are offered on the C40 and XC40 Recharge. Heck yeah, to more options. These include 2 rear-wheel drive variants. And for the first time in 25 years, Volvo is offering a rear-wheel drive product. Wow, this is cool, as well as a revised all-wheel drive performance model. Another first for us is that the second generation permanent magnet electric motor driving the rear axles for the fully electric C40 and XC4 models has been developed in-house at Volvo Cars. And here's a quote: "The updates are another big step in our work towards becoming a fully electric car maker by 2030, said Javier Varela, their chief operating officer and deputy chief executive. Range and charging times are new key factors for more and more of our customers, and these improvements make our fully electric models even more attractive than they already were." And that's saying something, because like I said, XC40 Recharge is one of the best electric vehicles I've driven, as long as you could cope with the not that impressive range. So let's get to this rear wheel drive powertrain option. The single motor with standard range is driven by a 175 kilowatt permanent magnet electric e-motor, which provides a 3% increase in power output over the 170 kilowatt single motor front wheel drive variant. I never drove that front wheel drive variant. In the XC40 Recharge single motor, the same 69 kilowatt hour battery capacity is carried over, but enhancements in cooling efficiency means it can now deliver increased range in driving up to 460 kilometers on the WLTP compared to 425 kilometers before. The range of the C40 Recharge single motor, meanwhile, improves up to 476 kilometers from 438 kilometers, and the 10 to 80% charge takes approximately 34 minutes using a 130 kilowatt DC public charger. Now there's another battery pack option here, a 185 kilowatt permanent magnet e-motor on the rear axle. The second new variant comes with an 82 kilowatt hour battery pack, which boosts range up to 515 kilometers for the XC40 Recharge rear-wheel drive and up to 533 kilometers for the C40 rear-wheel drive Recharge model. Here too, charging has been improved as the larger battery pack allows for charging at an updated rate of 200 kilowatts, which is a nice upgrade of an additional 50 kilowatts over what we had on the 150 kilowatts previously. And 10 to 80% charge takes 28 minutes, even less than the smaller battery pack. But if you want performance, you want all-wheel drive, let's get into the updated XC40. The previous setup had 250 kilowatt motors, which is a smidge over 400 horsepower, and it has been replaced by their in-house developed 183 kilowatt permanent magnet e-motor on the rear axle and a new 117 kilowatt asynchronous electric motor on the front axle. So you're going to have a rear-wheel drive bias now. It's going to feel more like a rear-wheel drive driven car. Also should make the front end of the vehicle a little bit lighter with the smaller motor up front. This new configuration compared with the 82 kilowatt hour battery pack and overall efficiency improves in battery cooling, just like it did in the rear-wheel drive 82 kilowatt hour battery pack setup. And you can drive 500 kilometers on a single charge, which is a 62 kilometer boost over the previous iteration, and range of the C40 goes to 507 kilometers from 451 kilometers. They've also updated the exterior. For example, new 19-inch alloy wheel for both the XC40 and C40 Recharge boosts the overall look of the models, but it also helps reduce drag through its aerodynamic design. Volvo's given the XC60 as well as XC90 and the S60 and S90 some updates as well, so let's get into this. The plug-in hybrid models on their 90 and 60 series get new two-phase onboard charger that allows these models to charge at a faster rate. The new onboard charger almost doubles the maximum charge capacities on these cars to 6.4 kilowatts. We're dusting off the old Volvo spreadsheet and we're gonna Thanos snap this to current day. And we're back. That took a little bit longer than I expected because I threw in the EX90 that will be coming in early 2024 or so. So let's get into the spreadsheet and compare these models here. I also put in kilometers and kilowatts for our friends across the pond and also our Canadian brethren out there. Now we don't know pricing, but keep in mind that it starts at about 53K and then goes up to about 59K. I think this rear wheel drive model could actually go down in price. Fingers crossed, that would be great. And hopefully they keep this model around $60,000 with the reworked all-wheel drive system and better range than before. So if we look at the Model Y, it has a lot more range than the XC40. Now the XC40 is a little bit more luxurious, maybe a tad smaller as well. But if we just go purchase price here, not potential savings, but purchase price, we're talking $52,990 for 330 miles of range, all-wheel drive, very similar acceleration here. So it'd be great to have the all-wheel drive of the Volvo XC40 to come in at just over this, but I think they'll probably stay at 60K here. And hopefully for the rear-wheel drive model, I'd like to see 52K and maybe 45K for the rear-wheel drive. I just don't think those prices are going to happen, but Tesla reducing their prices and getting that tax credit now is throwing a wrench into everyone's pricing. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see where the pricing is going to be, not only for this Volvo XC40, but with the competition coming in 2023. Which of the models would you be going for? Would you be going for the least powerful but rear wheel drive now, standard range with around 250 miles of range or so, and only about 235 horsepower? Or do you want to have more range, but you don't need all the power and you can still get the rear wheel drive? Or you're going the full fat? I would be going the full fat to me, because you could always benefit from having extra horsepower if you want it or need it in any given situation. Most people are not extracting the full miles of their batteries on a daily basis. So I would be going for the dual motor here, assuming it doesn't cost too much. Really, if we get some kind of crazy deal on the entry level, if it comes in around 45K, that might be a better choice. But I also wanted to mention that at CES, not only do they have the EX90 there, but they are going to support Google's new HD map. Now that'll probably be a subscription service, but at least it will be free initially. They have a video here of the HD map working in conjunction with Volvo's built-in software and safety features on the new EX90. So it's going to be like peanut butter and jelly. I can't wait to try this out. But safety features don't get me that excited, nor does autonomy, because it kind of creeps me out. But Volvo Cars reports full year 2022 sales share of fully electric vehicles cars are now at 11%. They've sold a total of 615,121 units for 2022, which is down 12% compared to last year. I think Volvo and Mazda, obviously Tesla, they're just some of the few brands that weathered 2020 very well, 2021 very well, but 2022 things caught up to Volvo. Supply chain constraints, production restraints, component shortages, COVID lockdowns, etc. hurt Volvo just like everyone in 2022. But in December, Volvo pumped out 72,000 units, up nearly 13% compared to 2021. Let's break down the sales across the world here. And what's going to be fun is that we're going to break down not only how they did the full year, but is there resurgence and like a return in sales for that particular part of the world for December. And if there is, 2023 is looking pretty strong. So in Europe, overall down 15%. but December was up 17%. So the recovery is there strong in Europe. How about China? China was only down 5% on the year, but it was up 16% on December. So that looks great. US down 17% on the year, up 6% in December. So that looks great. What about the plug-in hybrids? The plug-in hybrids have slumped a little bit. Even though they had a better growth overall, but it looks like the availability of those plug-in hybrids has actually decreased. Fully electric has gone up 50%, but if you look at where they're fully electric, we're in Europe as well as China, massive increases there. So if we look at the year, 175% increase for Europe for electric vehicles. Fully electric is 231% for China, only 14% increase for the United States. And in total, down 12% for the year, but up 12% on the month of December. Plug-in hybrids down 10%, fully electric up 206%. But I got to catch you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed today's Volvo coverage, make sure to subscribe for more. And also check out my second channel where I get into a little bit more of electrification as well over there. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day and peace.